Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Older people and pensioners are being disproportionately affected by the government's cost of living crisis. The Office for National Statistics show that pensioner households are having to spend more per week than other age groups. With the energy price cap increasing and protections decreasing, a typical pensioner household will be paying fourfold more just to keep warm. The Office for National Statistics also found that a higher proportion of older people live in the least energy-efficient houses. In September 2021, we heard the government announce that they intend to remove the earnings link to the state pension triple lock and downgrade to a double lock of prices, or 2.5%, as they say they are not willing to increase the state pension given the economic pressures of the pandemic being felt by other sectors of society. Today, the government says there will be no U-turn. The government should properly clarify its position. It should commit to the triple lock now, not next year, but now. The government upweighted the state pension this April by 3.1%, less than half the forecast rate of inflation for this year. For an individual in receipt of the full state pension, the reduction is nearly £400 a year in real terms. Rather than levelling down the state pension due to the cost of living crisis that they themselves are responsible for, the government should abandon their zero-sum economic mindset, reinstate the triple lock and level up its economic support to all other demographics, including full restitution to women born in the 1950s who have lost their pensions from the age of 60. And of course, all of this should be funded through taxation on corporations and the super rich. From the 2023-24 financial year, around 1.3 million working pensioners will be asked to pay the health and social care levy, a 1.25% tax hike. Across the UK, there were around 1.3 million working pensioners who could face paying the levy, including, Mr. Deputy Speaker, 91,100 in the East Midlands. This government only raises funds by squeezing the struggling many, whilst allowing the astronomical wealth of the few to continually grow. The government should scrap the national insurance hike and replace it with a wealth tax. Shamefully, after 12 years of Conservative government, there are now 500,000 more pensioners living in poverty, an increase from 1.65 million in 2010 to over 2.1 million in 2020. The rate of pensioner poverty has risen from 14% in 2010 to over 18% in the year before the pandemic. Age UK has also warned that an estimated 150,000 additional pensioner households are likely to be pushed into fuel poverty this winter. That takes the number of fuel poor older households to over 1.1 million now this spring. It's actually intolerable that the government has presided over the normalisation of widespread pensioner poverty. Mr. Deputy Speaker, they must act now to end the cost of living crisis and prevent the further impoverishment of older people and pensioners. Thank you.